Hi guys, JP from FSiPanel. On that quick tutorial, I will show you how to import and fly the new ATC voice scenarios or airline flight in your FSiPanel 2020 for P3D Advanced Edition. It's very straightforward and you can fly those scenarios with all supported aircraft and as well the ones that are not supported, as long as they can reach the cruising altitude of the scenario. So for this first scenario from Frankfurt to Bremen and back, the top level we will reach is 240. So you can fly those scenarios with any aircraft able to reach that cruising altitude. All right, first thing to do is to load the aircraft that you would like to fly the scenario with. In that case, I will do the demonstration with the FSLab A320. So it doesn't matter where you load the aircraft, this is just to tell FSiPanel that you want to fly with the FSLab. So I just loaded the FSLab A320 on any runway on the planet, and then I will be able to start FSiPanel. Before I forget, sorry, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot, that will help me to do more and more videos. All right, we're in FSiPanel. As you can see, I'm at the default airport on P3D here, Universal City, KRND. Runway 33 left, doesn't really matter. What is important is to make sure that you have FSLab here or any aircraft you want to fly with. And A will be shown if you are flying an aircraft not supported. So make sure that this match your actual aircraft. If I go now under training scenario, you can see that I do not have the Lufthansa 350 and I do not have either the Lufthansa 351. So I need to import those scenarios. So in the past, we had to go in the forum and import the scenario. Now we can do everything from within FSiPanel. So let me show you how to do that. Click Setup. Then you'll go on Scenarios, and there you have the available scenario for those aircraft. Right there, this right side is your push-to-talk setup as well as your voice options. I strongly recommend you, if it's not done already, to watch the tutorial about this. I have the link in the description below, and that will let you know how to set up your push-to-talk button, your say again button, and your voice. All right, now we can see our scenarios. So if I click on Lufthansa 350, I get a summary of what's going to happen. So you can see it's a full ATC flight from Frankfurt to Bremen with the real German voice, and we should have the push-to-talk active. So if I click on lesson plan, this is what I get, a comprehensive lesson plan about the flight. What is important there is to see that you must position your aircraft in Frankfurt at gate Alpha 26 to Alpha 40 if you're flying a narrow body, or Alpha 52 to Alpha 69, which is across the taxiways if you are flying a wide body aircraft. The weather can be active sky or FSiPanel. Active sky has a better quality, so if you have active sky, the weather will look nicer, so I strongly advise you to start it. As you can see now, I have active sky started with live real-time mode, and FSiPanel will take care of that weather. Right there, you can see aircraft weight and fuel. So if you're flying one of the compatible aircraft with the Advanced Edition, FSiPanel will set the fuel and the performance for you on your FMS or MCDU. So you have nothing to do if you fly any other aircraft. Please load the desired fuel and the passengers as per your requirements, and take the fuel that you need for the route that is below. This is the route that you will fly today. Then we have a weather, then we got the ATIS, which is available on departure and arrival on the same frequency in FSiPanel Advanced Edition, 123.45, that you have to dial on COM2. Then we have a quick reminder how to start the training scenario, but we will do it together right now. And we have some hints about the scenario. At the end, you get all the ATC frequencies that we will be using during these flights. And we have two columns, as you can see, one with the frequency for aircraft equipped with a 25 kilohertz radio. So then this is the actual correct frequency for all this ATC center. But the PMDG, for example, and maybe some other aircraft in P3D don't have 25 kilohertz. So you cannot dial in 121.905. So you have to round it up to the nearest frequency, in that case 121.9er. Be careful, you need to dial that frequency or you will not get a reply from ATC. So you can have that chart next to you, and that will be the frequency that we will be using. Back to FSiPanel. Now what I need to do is to download the scenario. So if I click download scenario, I get the message scenario added to your DB. I will add as well the second flight 351 because I fly as a roster. So I will fly to Bremen and I will come back to Frankfurt. So download scenario added to my database. Good, perfect. So now if I go to my training scenario, you can see that I have Lufthansa 350 and Lufthansa 351, which are available, but nothing is green because we didn't load the aircraft at the correct position. So let's do that now. I will position myself as instructed by the lesson plan, Alpha 26 in Frankfurt. So I see you when the aircraft is ready. All right, the aircraft is now in Frankfurt, Alpha 26, as you can see. And when we start the FS lab that I will use for that demonstration, we have the engines running. We don't want to start the scenario with engines running. So what I will do, I will just load the panel state, and that will be on APU. Then I can start my training scenario. That's the only thing I have to do. As you can see, I haven't set anything in the cockpit. We have FCU basic. We don't have anything entered in the overhead, and the MCDU, is blank. So let's have a look how we can fly these scenarios now. So if I have FSiPanel now available, the only thing I need to do is I'm not in the right place. So the best thing to do is to restart FSiPanel anytime you have this kind of things. So let me restart FSiPanel and we will be ready. Here we go. And now FSiPanel has detected Frankfurt. The runway doesn't matter, the scenario will adapt it. And finally, what is important for you is to check that you have your correct aircraft shown down there. If you're flying an aircraft which is not compatible with the Advanced Edition, it will show not applicable NA, but the scenario is still available. You can download it, it's a generic scenario, and you can fly it. You will get all the ATC instructions. The only difference is you have to program yourself your FMC MCDU. All right, so let's go now to training scenarios. And now you can see that we have one scenario in Frankfurt, Lufthansa 350, which is green, highlighted in green, because it's available. So when I click on it, then I have, again, the option to look at my lesson plan. I have this option to prepare my cockpit or MCDU, which is ticked by default. If you want to program yourself your MCDU and prepare your cockpit yourself, just untick that box, and then you will have to do it by yourself, but you will get the full ATC instructions for the flights. Now, if you click on Disable All Failures, you will have the flight from A to B without any failure at all. Those flights don't have any failure, the airline flight, but if you want to take any other scenario or the future one with light failures, and you just want to experience the ATC routing without failures, just click on Disable Failures and you won't get any failures. All right, we are ready, so I'm going to click on Start Training, and we will see in real time how FSiPanel will prepare your FS lab. So I just click on Start. The first thing is to download the scenario pack. So this is the ATC voices. And now, as you can see, the cockpit will be set. You can see on the FCU, we should have 4,000 feet coming here. Now the overhead panel will be set, and FSiPanel will start programming your MCDU with the complete route, including all the performance, takeoff calculation and speed. So let's see that now. Alternate. Now we will have the departure on runway 18. It's the Maroon 7 Sierra. After that, we have the routing that will be inserted for us. So that full procedure will take around 1 minute. So here you just have to sit on your hands and wait. Do not interfere at all, or something can fail. Just watch what FSiPanel is doing. And once you get the message that your aircraft is ready, then you can start acting or changing things as you need. Here you can see the speeds are set. Now we should have the last step, which are the weights, I think. Yeah, that's correct. And we should get the message that the aircraft is ready. All right, scenario is ready. As you can see, we get that message. Lufthansa 350 scenario starts now. When ready, contact delivery on 121905. Always remember, on the PMDG, you cannot set the 25 kilohertz. So the nearest frequency will be 121900, 1219. you can see that on the lesson plan. ATIS for FSiPanel Advanced Edition is always on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on COM2. This is departure and arrival ATIS. So I will just preset those two frequencies so I'm not lost in space when I click OK there. So 121.905, that will be my delivery frequency, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is preset right there. So then I can acknowledge the message and I'm basically ready to start my training scenario. Sometimes I had report that the ATC was disturbed, very slow and inaudible. That can happen when the initialization of your audio card doesn't work, and that happens only on the first message. So one way to make sure you won't have that problem is to listen to the ATIS. If it doesn't work or if it's disturbed, go back to previous frequency, go back to your ATIS, and it will be fine. So I'll do just exactly like this. I take my ATIS active. You see, I have a disturbed audio. So I will put it back to 1215. I go back from the frequency, and now I try again.
This is Frankfurt Information Delta.
And now my
Departure
ATIS
runway
is
18,
perfectly well,
landing
and now
runway
I will not
25
have
center,
any issue for the remaining of the
degrees,
flight.
8 knots.
Perfect. So this is how you pick up your clearance and you make sure your audio is working and that your volume is correct. And if you need to set up the audio, again, there is a tutorial for that shows you how to select the audio card and which push-to-talk button you want to use. This is another video. You have the link in the descriptions below. All right, so I will let you fly the scenario. I will just call clearance, see if it works, and then I will let you fly that beautiful flight. And I'm looking forward to get your feedback on the description below if you liked it or not. All right, let's call delivery and see what happened. Delivery, schönen guten Tag, Lufthansa 350, stand Alpha 26, ready to pick up clearance to Bremen. Information hotel, and it's an Airbus A320. And I just realized my first officer didn't turn off the phone.
Clear to Bremen, Maroon 7 Sierra, runway 18, climb 4,000 feet, squawk 1651.
Thank you. We are clear to Bremen, runway 18, Maroon 7 Sierra, departure, climb initially 4,000 feet, and the squawk is 1651 for Lufthansa 350.
Readback is correct. Call apron 121.655 for push and start. Einen schönen Tag und guten Flug.
Vielen Dank, 121655, when ready for push. Have a nice day, bye-bye. Lufthansa 350. 21655, just one more thing I want to show you. If, for example, now I do a mistake and I don't put the right frequency, nothing's going to happen if I call ATC. Hello, ground, Lufthansa 350, we are ready for push. You will basically not get an answer from the ATC. So now you have two options. Either you take the lesson plan and you take the right frequency, or you use your push-to-talk button, your say again button, sorry. So I go back to my previous frequency and I will hit my say again button.
Readback is correct. Call apron 121.655 for push and start.
All right, 121.655, that was my mistake. We did the readback already, so the second time we don't need to go on the ATC, we just click here and it's acknowledged. Now 121.655, I should have the right frequency, so now I can try to call for push. Ground hello, Lufthansa 350, stand Alpha 26, ready push and start.
Lufthansa 350, push and start approved, facing west, report ready for taxi.
Push and start approved, facing west, we report for taxi, Lufthansa 350. All right, here we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Now you can as well use the flow feature if you want. So for example, now I'm ready for push. I can bring the flow and select my flow and go and fly that scenario using the flow. I hope you enjoyed that video. Any comments or questions, I would be very happy to answer. As always, stay safe and see you next time. Bye-bye. And don't forget to subscribe, please. Bye-bye. Thanks.